continuing the Sefer. Lukutei Rav Chaim Igal Talmud Torah. I wanted to show you here today, Rabotai, what we do with ourselves and how embarrassing it should be for us. But before we do it, we want to try to dedicate the shur to B'ezrat Hashem. Refuah Shalema, Dor Devorah Bat Zina Zilpa. Rabotai, also from Marik's brother, Roman Racham ben Mazal Naila. Rabotai, this is going into the second year. The first year, Baruch Hashem, passed well. This is going to the second year to be able to give him Zuchiyot. Rabotai, a lot of us know that whenever we watch the news, or we watch Instagram, Facebook, and sports and everything else, or we go to a place where we're not supposed to be, the question is like this. You'll jump someone. If you take a Sefer Torah with you right now, be honest with me, don't lie to me, honest, straightforward. If you take the Sefer Torah with you right now to the mixed dancing, mixed eating, and open it, you guys going to be there? Will you take the Sefer Torah? It's embarrassing, no? Yes or no? What about bringing the Sefer Torah into your house, opening the Sefer Torah, and putting it right in front of the TV so you could watch whatever you're watching? What about the news, or the way you behave with your animals? The way you behave with your wife, with your children, the way you behave with people. If the Sefer Torah is out, everybody has this kind of fear, correct? Everybody's, no, Chas v'Shalom, respect Torah. Rabotai, I want to show you the Rav Chaim brings something fascinating that we don't even realize it. What we're doing is worse than having the Sefer Torah with us. I'm going to read it for you inside. Rabotai, he says like this. Mitzat Kiddush Torah, he brings over here that when a person speaks, we have no idea how much effect our words have in this world. That's why sometimes you pay attention, and when you're in front of people that always complain and whine, even though it has nothing to do with you, just by them whining, for some reason you feel down. It drains you. Why does it drain you? Because words have power.
Spiritual vampires.
Right, I like that. Spiritual Vampires by Ilan David. That's very nice. Very nice. I like that, Ilan John. Boshi. Okay. Rabotai says like this. Shekol chadibur hu inyan ruchani. Speech is a spiritual matter. Ana, did he? V'nora me'od godol piloto lepol al nafsho. Rabotai, it's very great the effect that it has on a person's soul. He brings the apostle. So we see from over here, number one, when a person speaks, how much spiritual power he's able to have on his soul. But this is what I want to show you. Second point, what means to learn Torah? What's the importance? Why we learn Torah? How holy can the Torah be? Mitzat kiddush the Torah, from the holiness of the Torah, he says like this, that when a person speaks, you also have over there the holiness of the Torah. How? Da'alo anu yudim, Rabotai, let's do this very carefully. We all know, kishelokecha sofer ha'klav, l'chtov alav sefer Torah, when a sofer, the scribe, the writes the sefer Torah, when he takes a klav is an animal's hide, right? They use it, animal's hide. They write the sefer Torah on it. He says, I'm writing right now for the sake of Hashem. Rabotai, listen to this carefully. A klav, an animal, which is the lowest of law, you take and you put the words of Torah on it. How could that be? Take of the kadesh or v'yored alav kiddush Torah. Immediately, this hide, this klav, once you say, I'm writing it for Hashem, and you start writing words of Torah, immediately it has a sense of sanctity on it, and it becomes holy. You can no longer use it. Before the Torah was written on it, you could have used it as a rug, for all I care. Now that the words of the Torah are written on it, you can't do nothing. You have to bury it. You have to show it respect. What did he do? Oh, he said, I'm writing for Hashem, and he put a few alphabet. What did he do? Rabotai v'chen mamash, this is what I want to show you. And so too, literally. Kishi'ish Yisrael rotzeh l'lmod eze inyanim min haTorah u'mevareh birchat haTorah. When you have a person that he wants to learn, he will join Torah, and he says also the blessings of the Torah. U'modeh Hashem, and he thanks to Hashem. Al Hashem bachar banu v'tzivam la'asok b'Torato, that he chose us from all the nations, and he gave us, and he commanded us to toil in his Torah. Harehu mamash, it's as if kemo shomer l'shem Hashem. When you do all that, it's as if you're saying, I'm doing this for the sake of Hashem. Just like the Sofer. Just like by the klav, everybody agrees. immediately the sanctity of the letters go on the hide of the animal. Ken mamash, Rabotai, listen to this carefully. So to literally, Bazeh yored kidusha al otiyot al nafsho kishemidaber sham. When you speak words of the Torah, what do? Immediately those words, they bring the sanctity onto your soul. You become kadosh immediately. No waiting, Rabotai. How is the brain in your head worse than that skin? Why should the skin have any more kedusha than your brain? Rabotai, that means when a person learns Torah, you come and you learn Torah and you learn Gimor, Chumash, Halacha, whatever it might be, you already became sanctified. What are you? You yourself are a living Sefer Torah. You yourself are living. This is a klav. You can't do anything. It's inside the heichal. But by you, and it has kedusha, but by you learning Torah, immediately the kedusha, the sanctity goes on you. You yourself are a living Sefer Torah, so you learn in shul. But then when you go home, you're the Sefer Torah itself. You're not bringing the Sefer Torah over here from the Aron. You are the Sefer Torah. And what do? You go and you start putting on your shtuyot. Your brain is Kodesh Kedoshim, Holy of Holies, because you're right now, you know how much Torah a person can learn, Rabotai? Do you know how much holiness you can attain? And what do? We have no shame, Rabotai. This is the embarrassment. We don't even think 2 times when we watch Tuyot, when we speak Nevel Peh, when we start cursing, when we get angry. That with the Torah in our hand, I will never right? The person, I don't want to say it, will never watch pornography. He'll never go to a mixed wedding. He'll never go to the beach where there's men and women sitting together, meaning swimming. But he himself, wow, what's the problem? The shul is the shul, outside is the outside, no Rabotai. The shul is the shul, whether it's inside or outside, because once you walk out of the shul, you are the Sefer Torah, Rabotai. That's it. Before we do anything, we got to be very careful. A person has to think in his mind, what am I about to watch? Do I need this, Rabotai? Do I need this right now? You watch all these priesthood, all the people that speak Lashon Hara, all the garbage, for what do you need it? How do you call it? Spiritual, what do you call it? Vampire. Rabotai, and this is what we don't realize. When people go to sleep in the morning, not in the morning, when people go to sleep at night, they fall asleep to Tzivila Olein, Rabotai, Rahman Islam. May Hashem give them mercy. May Hashem give them Refuah Shalem, Rabotai. They go to sleep watching TV, and then in the morning they wake up lethargic, dead, gone, no energy, nothing. Why, Rabotai? Because there is a tumah, even though it's come from the TV, Rabotai, it's going to transmit over to you. Just like Torah can give you Kiddusha, so to outside factors can also make you not the holy. It can make you impure, Rabotai. That's why you got to be careful. What do you think the Torah told us? What is the whole point of the Torah, right? We got on the, Isaac sent us with the 30 days from Rav Aaron Walking Zatzal. What did he send us? I showed the 4 minutes, what did he send us? Rav Aaron Walking Zatzal used to say, Rabotai, the whole purpose of the Torah is for a person to become an Adam Shalom. A whole person, Rabotai, to change his whole human being. No, but today, Baruch Hashem, we do, davening, learning is learning. It's like the Aristotle philosopher. He's one way on the stage, and when he goes home, he does whatever he wants, Rabotai. We're not like that, Rabotai. Whatever you learn over here, whatever you do in the shul, it always goes with you for the rest of your life. B'ezrat Hashem, Rabotai, may we be zoiche to be able to be good examples, to be able not to chas v'shalom go al kiddush Hashem, because everybody can die al kiddush Hashem. But how many of us can live al kiddush Hashem, Rabotai? Let's B'ezrat Hashem be zoiche to live al kiddush Hashem and not be concerned with other people's opinion. Baruch Adonai Olam,